So I just got back. I cut my hair and it looks better dry. I'm soaking wet for my lesson. I just got it on my lesson, and usually after a lesson, my lessons are usually like between noon and 2 o'clock, but today it was at 4 o'clock. So after a lesson, I usually I lay down for like an hour because I didn't have any way to sort of relax myself after a long workout, and I did Zumba this morning. So I'm pretty tired. I don't know. Not like Wesley has to dance all day, but he doesn't seem to have sweat glands. So I made myself my favorite thing in the world, a Caesar salad. I'm gonna try to get through this really fast so I can eat this thing without doing it in front of you. So, my lesson is over. I just want to say that in the previous video, I was so stressed yesterday. And in the caption, you will see that it says that competing, it can be a little bit rough as an adult when you don't have a partner. And there's no fraternizing, so talking to the coaches and the teachers, depending on how much time they have in other lessons and stuff, it's hard to really like talk to anybody about what you're going through and the stresses of competition or whatever you're going through. And so today, Wesley doesn't watch these. I think he doesn't have time, but he actually sat down with me and we spoke about what's happening, why I have all these negative feelings and what my issue was yesterday in my coaching. And he actually reassured me that I am doing really well, that he went through all of the things that I talked about yesterday that I was worried about with my issues dancing with a coach. I think if you want to be pro, if you want to be a teacher at any point in time, no matter how old you are, and you're a student, is kind of a tough thing. They don't like to lose their students, and there's other stuff that goes into it. But so we discussed it and we talked about it and I worked it out, and he was really, really great. He's an awesome person. And I can't tell you how relieved I feel now that we've spoken, that it kind of opened things up. And I'm still a little closed off, I think, while talking to him about it, because I don't want to be the person that brings the drama. I know it's just that sometimes I really want to cry, and I don't even cry alone at home. I just feel like it. You know, like that, oh God, like everything sucks, and I can't do it. I can't cry yet, is what I'm saying, is that I'm not to a point. I shouldn't ever be at a point where I cry, but I think sometimes it gets a little hectic in your life where dance is not, or you're part of, and then you go into dance to feel the relief, and if it doesn't work, it's like too much. So that's what has been happening to me, is the stuff that I'm dealing with at home has been so hard. And he's not my therapist, you know, I'm not going to go to, no, my mom, blah, blah, blah. But just about dance, how I'm affected in my dancing, I can speak to him about that kind of stuff. And it really does make me feel better. So the question is whether or not I need therapy. I don't know. I could probably use some time to talk about some stuff, but my issue is really a matter of independence. My mom, I'm trying to, like, I would like to have a new cameraman, but she knows exactly what to videotape. And for some reason, she catches every single great moment. It takes a little bit of a long time connection with to do that. Otherwise, you're just videotaping the whole thing. And she doesn't videotape the whole thing. She just happens to catch everything really cool. And I don't know, it's a skill that she has. But so that's what I don't want to get rid of. But my independence, like, I'm not gonna, if I work at the studio, my mom's not gonna come to the studio with me and like be at my work. At that point, I would definitely have to have a new camera person. And I think they would only be there for the times when I am practicing with my partner and not for my lessons, obviously, the lessons that I'm teaching. So I don't know. I think that if it's a matter of independence and they're worried about my independence, then there's no way for me to like prove that I can be. I can't because I don't have a car. My mom, I have to borrow the car. My mom would just let me drive myself to work. But I think that is probably one of the main things that's keeping me from working. And right now I'm a Zumba instructor. I'm starting to get more customers. I have like maybe 2 or 3 customers that check out some of my videos, not including my mother. My mother likes to take my classes too. And so that's okay. It's okay. It's not a lot of money, but starting up takes a while. And if by January I'm not really doing very well, I can at least apply. I know all the fitness places just started opening up again and hiring new instructors, and now they're doing the shutdown again. So I was just about to like be applying at all these gyms, and they may not even be open within a couple weeks. So I don't know what's happening. The world is like, whatever. If you want to help out, by the way, please subscribe to these videos. The more subscribers I have, the closer we can get to monetizing these videos. That's one way that you can help. I don't like asking for donations unless I do something for you. I really want to eat this salad, but I just want to say that I was feeling so much better after my talk with Wesley. I went in there feeling fantastic. I was like, nothing's going to get me down today. I'm in such a better mood. I think I just needed the rest. And my mom's so stressed out that she started coming after me in the car. And right now, just thinking about my talk with Wesley is making me feel better from my argument with my mom. The thing about that is that my mom, I will have to tell you, I'm not a teenager, okay? So it might be weird for you to like hear me talk about my mom so much, but we live 2 blocks away from each other and I see her every day. So it's a very close relationship, but it's a very stressful one too. So it's not a baby like, oh, umbilical cord stuck in the umbilical cord type of thing. It's just that, you know, I don't know. We just ended up being really close, and I didn't even know her until I was 30. Like, we didn't have to spend time together until after I was over 30. So it's really kind of a strange thing that we spend so much time together. It started happening, and we just kept doing it. But it's probably causing some other issues with my quote unquote independence, I suppose. I just like living here. Look, this room, what you see behind me, this is the nicest part of the house. If you go to my Zumba classes, there's no furniture. It's just white wall and a gray floor or whatever. Um, so I, it's not like I'm living extravagantly. I my neighbors are moving, so this is part of my stress. My neighbors are moving. I've known those people since I was 12 years old. I moved here when I was 12, and it's I don't want to continue telling you how old I am, but at this point, I've known them for at least 30 years, and um, it's sad. It's not like we were really close either. There, yeah, there's always neighbor issues, but we've never had any really big problems with these people, and they're moving. So it's like, I don't know, the neighbors next door already moved. Everything's changing, and it's sort of a part of your life when you live in your old home where you lived as a child or whatever. And I have lived in both of my houses. I grew up in going back and forth, and my father passed away, and then my mom moved, but she kept the houses. So I've been living in these houses. I know it's weird to some people. Why don't you get an apartment? Why don't you move out? I tried moving out, and I always end up coming back here because I just really love this neighborhood. And so with everything changing, another really stressful thing in the past couple of months, I hate saying this, it's like world issues are affecting the neighborhood during the voting period. We were seeing signs out in the front of the neighbors' houses, and this is HOA, so it's just a really weird thing, to be walking around a neighborhood and figure out like who your neighbors really are. It's it was hard to deal with for a long time, but you kind of have to accept that half the world is Republican, half the world is Democrat, and that's the way it is. For some reason, this year, it was hard to deal with. So there was that whole thing, and my neighbors are moving. I don't know how they feel politically. They didn't have a sign on their yard, but they are pretty cool people. They like to salsa dance. They're salsa dancers, so that's pretty cool. And I don't know, things will change in life, and you kind of just have to breathe through it and let it happen and kind of go with the flow. There's a lot of stuff that happens in your life, and when you're dancing and I'm not competing right now, there's no competition, but I have a performance coming up, and it's not the same, but people still want to be the best performance. So there's still that little bit of inside competition, but I don't feel that so much right now. It's just that I'm just stressed about stuff. It's like this year has been so much. It's just really got to me, I think. And I voted. I was so happy about voting, and I was fine. And then I just kind of had a meltdown this week. I just couldn't take it anymore. I was like, I can't do it anymore. I'm tired. I can't. And I really needed to talk to somebody, but not like a therapist, but like just somebody who might care a little bit, and that was so helpful. I think I will probably post something on that in the future. He agreed to have a conversation with us about stresses of competing and how he deals with it. He's been in some of the biggest competitions, and he's won really big competitions and he's lost really big competitions. And so if you have an interest so obviously if you're watching this channel, you have some interest in what it's like competing, or what it's like being a dancer or pro, how to become pro or whatever. The interviews with Wesley are going to be probably really something for you to stay tuned for. Most of what I do is performance, how we get through the performance, what happens until a performance, but it's really gets more interesting when I get to talk to Wes about real stuff. So subscribe, push the subscribe button right there, and I'll try to do shorter lives, but I just needed to tell you that I felt so much better today going into the class and then leaving the class. It was I just needed something to remind me how the reason I dance, the reason that I keep coming to this place, and it is just so, in Christmas time, the only words I can use to explain it is the joy it brings me. Is so joyous and joyful. I'm full of joy, and I don't know, like that's all I can think of that I feel right now, because I feel like it's all coming back to me. And I know they want me to take dancing more seriously. I'm very goofy, and they do want me to be a little bit more serious in my lessons, but I can't. I'm giggly. That's my personality. I'm sorry. I can't help it. Things are like, life is funny, and if you take my giggling away, I'm gonna have a really hard time dealing with stuff. Humor is everything. So try to keep your sense of humor when you're dancing. But yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys later. I have Zumba tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.